John, an experienced New York taxi driver, begins his night shift on an ordinary day. It was raining heavily, and the streets were empty. Near Times Square, he spots an elegant man in a black suit signaling for the taxi. John stops and the man gets in, wet but serene. His name is August, and he asks to be taken to an address in the Upper East Side. During the ride, August starts talking to John. He talks about his life, his marriage to Mary, a beautiful woman with whom he shared great moments of love and happiness. He talks about his work as a lawyer and the injustices he faced daily in court. John listens attentively, noticing the passion and longing in August's voice. As they drive on, August begins to talk about a tragic event that changed his life. He mentions a car accident that occurred 30 years ago. John notices the sadness in August's words as he describes how he lost control of the car on a rainy night and crashed into a tree. August doesn't go into details about the accident, but says that since that day, nothing was the same. Arriving at the destination, John parks the car in front of an old and beautiful mansion. August thanks him for the ride and gets out of the car, disappearing into the rain. Curious, John watches the house for a few minutes, intrigued by the passenger's story. Before leaving, John decides to ring the mansion's doorbell. An elderly woman with white hair and a melancholy look answers the door. John asks if August is home, explaining that he had just dropped him off at the entrance. The woman, with a shocked expression, responds that August died 30 years ago in a car accident. John is perplexed and tries to explain what happened. The woman, Mary, invites him in. They sit in the living room, where there are several old photos on the walls. John recognizes August in one of them, exactly as he was in the taxi. Mary tells the story of the accident and how she has lived all these years without her beloved husband. As they talk, John looks more closely at one of the photos on the wall. He sees an image of himself, younger, next to August. The shock hits him like a lightning bolt. Mary reveals that John was August's best friend, and that he was also in the car on that fateful night. John had lost his memory of the accident due to trauma and had since built a new life, completely forgetting his past. John's memory begins to return in confusing and painful flashes. He remembers the accident, his deep friendship with August, and the promise he made to Mary to take care of her if anything happened. Mary, emotional, explains that August always wanted John to know the truth and find peace. John, now aware of his past, feels a mixture of sadness and relief. He realizes that the ride that night was a final act of friendship from August, an attempt to help him remember and close a painful chapter. With his memory restored and his heart lighter, John promises Mary that he will always be by her side. He leaves the mansion with a new purpose, ready to face the future with the clarity and peace that had been denied to him for so long. And so, John's life continues, forever marked by the night when a passenger from beyond helped him find his true self. Enjoyed the story? Like, share, and comment your impressions. We want to know what you thought of this thrilling tale of suspense and mystery.